Good morning, children. Welcome back to globalization. Globalization runs through the policies of liberalization. What is liberalization? Removing barriers or restrictions set by the government is known as liberalization. By this liberalization of the trade, the businesses are allowed to make their decisions freely what they wish to import or export. Now the government also imposes less restrictions on imports earlier than, so that it is said to be more liberal. Okay, here tax. Tax is tax on imports is an example of trade barrier. That means, for example, China toys. Now present we can see in Indian market or Indian toy shops in anywhere, either city or town, even in the villages also, all the toy shops filled by the Chinese toys. Okay, how it happened, I will explain with one example. Here China toys. That means here the removing or restricting of the barriers we said no on imports, so that in our country we are importing China toys. Okay, that means if imposing of tax, how in any country the government will impose the tax approximately 10% to 20%. Okay, here that means a China toy is, now China is ready to sell us, that means it is exporting and we are importing, so that it is a toy is it is ready to sell with a rate of 100 rupees. Okay, now Indian government is importing 30% tax on it to stop the imports of China toys into our country. Okay, 30% of tax. Now this toy we will get at the rate of 130 rupees. At the rate of 130 rupees. Okay, that means here that we won't, that means it will be very expensive now, so that our Indian buyers not interested to buy these Chinese toys. But what will happen after liberalization? Here the tax totally removed or restricted. Totally removed means 0% of tax. Suppose restrictions means here the government is imposing 5% of tax. 5% of tax means here 105. The buyers can get the China toy at the rate of 105 rupees. So that it is also very cheap in Indian market, so that all the consumers, even you also wish to buy Chinese toys compared to our domestic toys. Okay, so that here how, that means more imposing of more tax, it is a trade barrier. Removing and restricting of the trade barrier is, now it is the liberalization. Okay, because of that all the not only even China toys and goods, even foreign other companies goods also coming into our country. Okay, now who will control, who will regulate globalization? These liberalization policies and controls globalization means WTO, World Trade Organization. WTO, its main aim is to liberalize international trade. For that, it frames rules regarding to international trade, and it seeks to obey every country who are members in this WTO. It tries the trade between countries should be free without any barriers. This is WTO's headquarters is Geneva in Switzerland. Now in this WTO, 150 countries are members. And here the WTO, it frames the rules, and IMF, International Monetary Fund, it gives loans to the developed or developing countries for their revival of economy or reconstructing of its country's economy. And these two organs functions according to the World Bank's advices. That means World Bank, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. These are the suborgans of United Nations Organization. Of course, in the WTO, developed countries, USA also a member, but USA is giving 16% of the funds to the World Bank, and even some developed countries like Germany, Japan, France, United Kingdom, UK also giving funds, but these countries' funds are 3 to 6%. So that most of the funds giving by USA giving to the World Bank, automatically some developed countries, especially USA, disobeying the rules set to the liberalization. I will explain this. Globalization. After independence, Indian government had put barriers on foreign trade and foreign investment. In 1950s and 60s, our Indian industries were just coming up. So that to protect the Indian companies and the Indian producers, it had put barriers on foreign trade. But it allowed some imports of essential items like machinery, fertilizers, petroleum, etc. But around 1991, Indian government decided to join in globalization because it thought that the Indian producer have to compete the producers around the globe. Then the competition would improve the performance of the producer, Indian producer, and also improve their quality. And not only this, at that time, India facing severe economic crisis. To overcome this economic crisis, it decided to join in globalization. Generally, economic crisis are two types: one inflation and economic. One is inflation, and second one is economic depression. Inflation means continuous rise of prices in short period. Continuous rise of prices of goods in short period. That means here goods prices rises continuously, and the same way the value of the currency will decrease. That means when we have to buy a thing, we have to give more money. Okay, so automatically the value of the currency falls down. What is economic depression? The continuous inflation leads to economic depression. Okay, continuous inflation leads to economic depression. That means here the most of the money stores at a few people, and many people will have no money. Okay, right. In this economic depression, the value of the currency totally falls down. Okay, even here the unemployment grows here. Unemployment grows here, and when unemployment increases, automatically poverty also increases. Okay, that means here even the people, no one ready to purchase any good because they have no money. Even the goods price decreases. The price of the good, okay, the price of good decreases. The price of the goods decreases. Even no one ready to purchase that good because they have no money. They lost their purchasing capacity. When they purchase, when they lost purchasing capacity means when they are under unemployment. That means it leads to poverty. So that these are the economic crisis. We were in 1991 also India facing inflation, severe inflation crisis, economic crisis. So that to overcome all these crises, what we have to do? The government has to do the mainly one thing is to generate employment. The essential thing, the main thing is government has to do, that is generating employment. That means reducing unemployment and generating of employment. This is a very important thing, generating of employment. Okay, how we generate employment? By investing and by starting new production. To start new production of goods and services. To start new production goods and services, how it will happen? Through new investment. So that to overcome all these economic crises, we have to join in globalization. So government decided to join in globalization, and it followed liberalization policies and joined it in globalization. And after that it removed all the barriers on foreign trade and foreign investment. And also it took some attracting policies of foreign investors, like establishing of cesses. Okay, SEZs are the special economic zones. Special economics are being set up by the government to attract foreign companies to invest in India. Okay, these SEZs are will provide world-class facilities to the foreign companies like electricity, roads, uh, storage facilities, recreational, educational facilities. Okay, like that. In the same way, which company is joining and establishing its production branch in the SEZs, it do not have to pay the tax to the government for the initial period of 5 years. Okay, that means it is the relaxation to the company, foreign company, to invest, which is investing in our country. Okay, and also in the same way, to attract foreign investment, to attract foreign company, Indian government made some laws, that is flexibility in labor laws. Okay, it is also attracting policy made by the government. It is very beneficiary to the foreign companies. How means flexibility, according to flexibility in labor laws, the foreign company can hire the employment instead of recruiting labor, instead of recruiting employees with a regular basis, it can hire the employment by the contract basis and outsourcing basis. You know already, you are listening the present days outsourcing, the term of outsourcing. That means for the short period the companies can hire the employment, when the time overs they can remove the employees. Okay, for that means when the company have to produce more production, when it need, it can hire the employees, and after that period it removes the employees. Why this flexibility given to the companies? Because the government, why it is given to the foreign companies means to reduce the labor cost to the foreign company. That means to attract foreign investment. Okay, next, impact of globalization.